A surprise party. Whose idea was this? I'll kill ya. Not that I don't appreciate the thought, but who invited the vampires?
Don't look at me. I wanted Anya to jump out of a cake. Wait, that was for my birthday.
And much as we'd love to hear that story...
Buffy, where's Tara? She was helping Anya with the inventory. This place was already pretty vamp-infested when we got here.
We have to find them fast. Xander, you take the training room. Spike, head down to the basement. Willow and I'll keep them busy in here.
We will? You're the Slayer, but hello, just Willow here.
Will, you're a witch. Totally witchy. And we're in a magic shop. Find something useful.
Oh, good idea. Something with a lot of bang for my buck. Now that you mention it, Giles just got a first edition of Krause's Compendium of Magical Combat. If I can find it, maybe I can...
Everyone, get going.
Now remember your training, Buffy. Press the punch and kick buttons to counter your attackers, or the defend button for an effective defense against attacking vampires.
Hey, look. Someone learned to whittle. Hey, look. Someone learned to whittle. That was almost too easy. That was almost too easy.
Buffy, listen. If you need to review your objectives at any time, select your diary in the inventory.
Never should have come into my town.
That's it, I'm out of here, but this ain't over by a long shot, girly girl.
Girly girl? Who are you calling girly?
Giles always puts the books with real power up here. Here, book, book, book. And don't I hope it doesn't answer back. I'd better search the rest of the shop. Cool! Now I can be Nurse Willow. Tara's gonna love...
Will, you need to climb down that ladder. Just run up to it to grab hold.
Lucky's my middle name, and also clumsy, so this should be helpful. This should be useful. This should be useful. A secret. I found a secret. A secret. I found a secret. A bottle full of hell. Huh. Next they'll be selling condos down.
Willow, I sensed powerful magic in that cabinet. It must be the book you're looking for. But it's locked. You'll have to find the key before you can open it. The key to the book cabinet.
Ah, the sun spell. That should do the trick. Why do I get the feeling it's going to be a
Will, you're so much more powerful than you even know. Like, if you try pressing the same magic button twice, you could cast a fireball. If you have difficulties remembering how to cast your spells, then select your magic book in the inventory.
Is not my friend!
Willow, you're okay.
Yep, I managed. Well, me and Mr. Krause and this really bad habit vampires have of never wearing sunscreen. Wait, where's Xander? Is he still back in the training room?
Oh, monkey poop. Now, how do I use that crossbow? Wait, it's on the tip of my... Oh, right. Once it's equipped, if I hold the strafe or target buttons, I should find it much easier to aim with. Look at that, it's waiting for me.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Bring it on, living dead.
Not much to look at, are you?
Hey there, Missy. Oh, sorry, buddy. Guess I kicked your ass. And look at that. Vampire Zilch, Xander Harris, still alive. But no Anya, no Tara in here. Which means the basement.
Bloody hell. Hello there. What's this? You're just falling apart.
Come on, Spike. Even a vampire should know that to open a door, all you've got to do is stand by the window and press the keys.
Numbskull. Numbskull.
Time to let some air out of your attitude, Spike.
Numbskull.
Someone's little hidey hole. Let's take a peek.
Come on, Spike. Show us your famous appetite for destruction. A lot of stuff around here can be destroyed, like that table, for instance. You gonna let it stand in your way?
This just ain't your night.
Did you forget how to fight since I saw you last? You want to throw someone, just press the punch and kick buttons together.
Don't
You can
think
toss a
I'll be
vamp onto
drinking
broken
this.
pieces of wood to dust them.
Hey, Blondie, let's wrestle.
I'm a knight in bloody armor.
Xander, you're in one piece.
And look, goodies! Goodies with which Buffy can make the vampires into lots of pieces.
No sign of Anya and Tara?
Nope. I'm headed for the basement to back Spike up. Or to dust him. Depends if he's rescued them.
Just what I was looking for.
Last. Ain't that shame?
Enjoy your little victory, Slayer. Soon Kakistos will destroy you and yours, once and for all.
What are you smoking, Spanky? Kakistos is dead. And so, by the way, are you.
What was that about? Kakistos is dead, isn't he?
Really, most sincerely dead. Saw Faith kill him myself.
Night, all. Next time you're having a party like this one, leave me off the invite list, yeah?
Tara!
A few cuts and bruises, but it looks like we're all okay. Now we just have to figure out where they all came from.
The last one Buffy killed mentioned Kakistos.
Kakistos? What was this about Kakistos? He can't possibly be behind this. Whatever the case, I've just had a phone call from Wesley that confuses matters even further. Apparently Faith is no longer in her prison cell.
Kakistos was the only thing Faith was ever afraid of. I can't not think there's a connection here.
Willow and I could perform a spell to confirm that Kakistos is really dead, but we'd need to do it in the same place where he was supposedly killed.
Good. I'm going to patrol. Focus on the cemeteries.
I'll remain in touch with Wesley. Meanwhile, however, this place is a shambles. If I want to be open for business tomorrow...
If? What do you mean, if? Tomorrow's a Saturday. Lots of people bring us their money on Saturday.
Well then, Anya, I'm sure you'll be equally enthusiastic about helping restore a bit of order around here.
You have fun doing that, sweetie. Me, I'm going along to the factory. Willow and Tara may need me.
Long time no see, Slayer. How's tricks?
Sid?
The one and only. I know, you haven't been the same since I left. The ladies love the wood.
Lovely. You're still a class act. What are you doing here, Sid? I thought when your demon hunting days were over, your soul had left that demi-body behind. Moved on to the old proverbial better place?
Been there, done that, babe. And now I'm back.
You're not the only one.
I know. Kakistos.
Wait, how?
No time for punchlines, sweetheart. If you're looking to go after Kakistos, he went that-a-way.
Fine. But I want to know what's going on around here. We're gonna have a talk later, you and me.
Look at that! You're just in time to beat dinner.
Some kids have a blankie as a comfort object. Buffy has a sharp piece of wood. Just what a girl needs. A nice long shaft. Wait, that didn't come out right. Apparently, not the way. They just don't make them like they used to. What do we have here? Just what I was looking for. Not gonna happen. And since I can't walk through walls, let's try something else. Apparently, not the way. Medipack. Great. Now if I could just find a cute doctor.
Ooh, finally, a change.
Teflon sense, but still. Locked. What's with the security around here? Those dead guys, they're so fragile. There's no lock. Must be some other way to open this. What do we have here? Just what I need for all those nicks and scrapes. And, you know, mortal wounds. Just what I was looking for. Just don't make them like they used to. Weird. It's opening the door. Hopefully, you'll have the common sense to stay dead this time. Okay, I'll bet you there's a door that goes with this.
Oh, fancy meeting you here. Gonna get me some of that.
It's late. I'm tired. I don't want to play games. Another locked door, but this one looks pretty rotten. Maybe I won't need a key. What do we have here? Hellfire in a bottle. Wish I'd thought of that. What do we have here? I'm not really into your kind. Gee, Bats, where's your sidekick? You are so dead. No, really. Gee, where's your sidekick? Just what I was looking for. That should stem the flow. Medipack. Great. Now if I could just find a cute doctor. What do we have here? Just what I was looking for. Another fuse box, but this one has a fuse in residence. That takes care of the fuse. Let there be light and stuff. Power's on. I'm not really into your kind. Score one for the Slayer. They just don't make them like they used to. You know what? It's good to be me.
Fancy meeting me here.
You know what? It's good to be me. Can't ever just be a simple key, can it? Apparently, not the way. They just don't make them like they used to. Whoa. Now I see why you need a special license for this kind of thing. They just don't make them like they used to.
You look familiar.
And since I can't walk through walls, let's try something else. They just don't make them like they used to. You know what? It's good to be me. They just don't make them like they used to. Locked. What's with the security around here? Mom always said my natural charisma would open doors. Just not this one. Those dead guys, they're so fragile. Not gonna happen. The eternal flame. Guess the dead don't worry about their gas bill. Hopefully you'll have the common sense to stay dead this time. Burn, baby, burn. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
You're not easy to kill, are you, Slayer?
I could say the same thing about you.
Oh, I'll have my turn at you eventually. But there's another I've got my eye on. You're just the appetizer.
You can keep running, but you know I'm gonna dust your ugly carcass eventually.
Yeah. I think I will. And you, Slayer? You can decide what's more important. Catching me, or stopping the spell before it resurrects all of the dead in this boneyard.
Oh my God, no. Mom.
Huh?
We're getting so a fella can't get any rest in this town. Best take care of all this zombie rubbish now, so I don't have to do it for me.
Those dead guys, they're so fragile. Those dead guys, they're so fragile. They just don't make them like they used to. Those dead guys, they're so fragile. Hopefully they have common sense to stay this time. They just don't make them like they used to. Those dead guys, they're so fragile. You know what? Those dead guys, they're so fragile. You know what? It's good to be me.
Well, that was a rude awakening. What's going on around here, Buffy?
I don't know, but that's going to change. Whoever's responsible for this is going to get a serious beating.
Well, that was bracing. Not to criticize my favorite witches, but was there supposed to be something besides stinky incense?
I don't get it. We followed the ritual exactly.
We were definitely looking for more than stinkiness.
My.
Ethan, Rain!
Quiet, boy.
Willow, what's going on? First Kakistos and now...
Ethan's probably behind it all, aren't you, you chaos-worshipping toad?
You cut me to the quick, girl. Oh, do it again.
Willow, what's Ethan doing? He's never had this kind of power.
I still don't. This isn't my doing. I only want what I came for.
will, there are people here. Prisoners in cages. I don't like the look of this.
All right, wait. Think, Willow, think. Xander, you go and get those people out of here. I'll track Ethan, get Tara back, and meet you outside.
Okay, right. Get the people out, try not to die. Good plan. You go get Tara.
Already gone.
No! Get me off this machine!
Hey, kid. Come here often?
Steak. A vampire's last meal.
Thank you!
Steak. A vampire's last meal. I can't leave the prisoners. I have to rescue them.
Not much to look at, are you?
I'd rather have a rocket launcher, but beggars can't be choosers.
What took you so long? I've been here for weeks.
Thank God. I thought I was going to die in here.
For me? Oh, you shouldn't have. Takes care of the power. Time to tackle that fence.
Hello there. Blast!
somebody to play with.
Now you're blowing kisses. Hidden areas. Next thing you know, I'll be finding all those missing socks.
Not much to look at, are you?
Never know when you're gonna need a stiff shot of holy water.
Nice night for a walk.
Well, hello there. How are you at kitten poker?
Guess I kicked your ass. Looks like you didn't make it. Doesn't need doors. I make my own. Steak. A vampire's last meal.
Hello there.
It must be Ash Wednesday. Vampire death is so efficient. Hey, whatever, I didn't want to go in there anyway.
Not much to look at, are you?
It must be Ash Wednesday. That's my good deed for the day. Wonder how Willow's doing.
No magic involved here. but it'll do in a pinch. Why are you locked? What did I ever do to you?
You caught me on a very bad day.
Not my weapon of choice.
What have we here?
Oh, now this I like.
A secret. I found a secret. Lucky's my middle name, and also clumsy, so this should be helpful. Guess immortal doesn't mean you get to live forever.
You look like a nice girl. Now be polite and die.
Time out.
Don't you look likable?
I've got to go back. I hear hostages back there. Maybe you should have been watching my hands.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you.
Don't know where those vamps came from. If Ethan's not behind all of this, I'm not sure I want to know what is. Tara? Sweetie? Where are you? Tara? Can you hear me?
Willow? I'm here. I tried to fight them, but...
You'll be all right. I'm coming for you. live forever.
Wonder if she's a real redhead.
I kinda enjoyed that. Does that make me weird?
Hi! Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the girl that's gonna suck every drop of blood from your body.
A medikit! There ought to be a bow on this. Who's arachnophobic?
There's my little lamb chop.
Maybe you should have been watching my hands.
Willow, I know it sounds crazy, but try the homing missile.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
A bottle full of hell. Huh. Next they'll be selling condos down there. The whole world's running on little pieces of plastic. I think I'll go around, seeing how I don't really have a choice.
Fresh meat.
All these Dracula wannabes. You weren't, and now you aren't. Why are you locked? What did I ever do to you?
What have we here?
fresh meat.
I don't want to know where that drains to. I think I'll go around, seeing how I don't really have a choice.
Willow, cast the shield spell. It'll protect you.
Fresh meat.
A little semi-malicious mischief never hurt anyone, right? Okay, I'm a rebel. Sue me. Oh, sure. You're not so tough.
What have we here?
See me? Magic? Why are you locked? What did I ever do to you? Not my weapon of choice, but at least it's sharp. This should be useful. Somebody doesn't want me going in there. Why are you locked? What did I ever do to you? I think I'll go around, seeing how I don't really have a choice.
You know, Willow, I really am pleased to see you doing so well.
What? It makes you happy that the witch is going to kick your uptight, English, chaos-worshipping butt?
Sticks and stones, my dear.
right, sweetie?
I messed up my shoulder. I think I'll be all right.
But you're gonna have it looked at.
I've always been a genre writer, and proud of it, and always will be. I don't mind a sensitive drama. I like to watch them, but I don't know how to make them. I like genre, any genre. Every piece of art is exactly as good as how it's created. My favorite novels tend to be things that are, just about people. Although there are some science fiction novels that are very important to me. War and Peace, not so much with the spaceships and the vampires, but I do think that science fiction and fantasy are incredibly overlooked, that genre is completely overlooked as a great base for telling stories that can encompass all range of human emotions and experience and history and sociology, and people tend to write them off as kind of lesser, when in fact I think they take a great deal of intelligence and concentration to both to create and to engage in. The fact that Buffy has become kind of a transmedia phenomenon, if you will, is something that I not only thought would happen, but planned on from the very start. Buffy was designed to be an icon. She was designed to be a hero that lived outside of her television show, that entered people's subconscious lives and their video games and their comic books and anything we could think of. Not that I was like, oh, I want to market, but I wanted to create something that was bigger than 1 hour a week. The most surprising aspect of doing Buffy, I think, is how incredibly tired I am all the time, and how much I hate people as a rule. I'd say the other surprising things are that people understood what we were doing right away and appreciated it. We sort of figured we'd slip under the wire, and then people actually got it. That was really sweet. And how much I've learned in 7 years. I used Buffy kind of as a film school to learn how to direct, but I also found out a lot about people and how much I love working in different parts of the medium that I never even knew about. I think the appeal between the video game and the television show are necessarily somewhat different because they're different kinds of narrative. But I think what works is that Buffy is the sort of person who solves her problems through violence, which is the message I always want to send out to the kids. And but she's she is a figure of action, but very recognizable. So a lot of the great fighting games are very anonymous, which is a little disconcerting, especially after you've been killed about 25 times and you start to think, who am I? What does this mean? I don't understand, and you get very French. But with Buffy, you have that there's more to it. There's a backstory that is humongous, and there's all that to call upon, and there are visual images of these people and these actors that people love, and plus killing and killing and killing and killing. I'm amazed by how much the games look like the show and how much they've tried to keep the integrity of the show. That's really important to me. So it's really fun to play or to watch people who can actually live for 5 minutes play and see that that's where I've lived for 7 years. Mm-hmm. I know that place. I know those guys. I think the next level for the Buffy games is going to be big Nerf hands that you can hit each other with. But then again, I don't really know much about games. It's turned me into a megalomaniac, this whole show, and the game is only going to make it worse. And it is actually kind of humbling. I mean, it does make me proud, not that we struck a chord with people, because although that's nice, that's kind of a crapshoot. You sort of have to hit the zeitgeist. You sort of have to, be the right guy at the right time. And and you can't really take all the credit for that. But we worked really hard all the time to make the show good. That I'm proud of. Humbling it is because, the show is bigger than me. It's bigger than the show now. It's a game, it's books, it's so many things. And when people get really passionate about it, they're getting something that I get really passionate about, because it isn't me. It's something, and it isn't even just something I've created. And that's not even just because there are other people involved, writers and actors and all that stuff. It's just when a thing is art, it separates itself from the people making it and becomes bigger than they are. And that is both humbling and extraordinary. When I first started 7 years ago, we didn't know if it would end after the first season, which is why, we killed the master and finished our arc out. I've had closure almost every year, except for year 6 when we knew we were getting a 2-year pickup, and then we sort of had the Spike soul. We left a thread. Every other time, we've sort of said, if we never come back, we've said enough. So when we got to the 7th year and we knew this was going to be the last year, the statement we were trying to make became very important. And yeah, I feel like we went out exactly the way we should. What we have to say in the last episode is something that I really think the show has needed to say for a long time. What I'm going to miss most now that the show is finally wrapped and we've done our 7 years of hard, grueling, wonderful labor, is really the writers. Hanging out with the writers. They're a really interesting bunch of people with some interesting problems, and that we would talk about for many, many hours. One day I'm going to turn around and realize that, I can't walk down the Sunnydale Street, the one street that we had, that I can't, go into the Bronze, that I can't go to the place and go and yell at the director and do all those things that I like to do, and it's really going to hit me. It hasn't yet. I'm still in the exhaustion phase. I'm still in the, thank God, we made it. We're free. We're out.
Yeah, I'm a big faker. I'm not from England. I'm from Northern California. And I did a lot of stage before I came to Los Angeles, so stage actors can do pretty much any accent that they could get paid for. So the European accents I can do well. Asian accents I don't know about. But yeah, big faker. I've had 7 years to kind of perfect this accent, so it's gotten a little better. Watch the first episodes, though, if you want to laugh. A screen kiss is a very different thing than a real kiss. You're concentrating so hard in trying to get your light in your eyes and not get in her light, and then not making the lips go all crazy and effed up and stuff. And so it's really technical. It's a lot actually like stunts. So I don't know what it would be like to really fight with Sarah, and I also really don't know what it would be like to kiss her, because I really haven't really kissed her. That's not really what people want to hear, but this is the truth.
It's like kissing my sister. It's weird. Sarah and I have that, really, she's like my kid sister. And we're good friends, and we get along really well.
As soon as I started kissing Buffy, everything changed. And I started getting my ass grabbed. People would chase me out of the pizza parlor. Couldn't do my laundry at the mat anymore and I figured it out, because I thought, am I getting hotter, or like, am I suddenly different? When we make Buffy the Vampire Slayer, what we're doing is providing a vicarious experience so the audience can be Buffy for that hour, and so that they can slay those vampires and get in that danger. So what happens when you kiss Buffy is that you've kissed every girl who's watching the show. You've made out with them already, so you're already their boyfriend. So it just bumped up. It was pretty funny. Overseas, it is 10 times more intense. It is literally hard day's night with fans rushing past police blockades, running blocks, trying to get into a little deli or something to get out of the way. And terrifying, but in the best way.
Yes, Spike's journey on the show has been a long one. He started as a kind of a 2.5-dimensional villain, and they never would have decided to build me up so far and make me so cool if they'd have known I would be living past 5 episodes. But there was something which was kind of mysterious about Spike, which was that he was a psychopathic killer who really enjoyed hurting people, but he was also a completely attentive boyfriend, very sensitive, which you don't normally see. And I think that it was that contrast that initially got people interested, and explaining that contrast is what we've been doing ever since. Why Spike has this incredible draw towards women and this incredible need to please them. There's a weakness there that Joss recognized that I didn't. And as he explored it, I became more and more uncomfortable because I thought he was starting to reveal things about me. But ever since he got brought on as a permanent member of the show in season 4, it's been about taking Spike down all pegs. They built him up so far. They've been humanizing him and embarrassing and humiliating him. And I used to think that was I thought I was Job. You know, what character am I playing anymore? But then I realized it's when Joss and Marty really love your character that you get humiliated. So when the oatmeal gets dumped on your head, that's when they're saying, you know, we love you.
You don't have to pay the game character to keep fighting. Is the only difference between the game character and the character on the show, I think. And it's not over after 48 minutes. You can keep playing, but otherwise it looks just like me. And I did all the voiceover, so it's going to sound like me. And I think probably my black coat is even cooler in the game. I go in and out depending on how much downtime I have on the set. I can get way into a game, and I can also take breaks after a while. I recently got this big ass television, this big flat screen plasma thing, you know, and you got to be careful of video games on the big screen because you can really get disoriented. You just start spinning around because this perspective changes. But yeah, I consider myself a gamer, definitely. It's so fun. You become a little kid, you know. Oh, good, me. I want to play with myself. So, you know, I act like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's nice. And then I get the thing home and I play it for hours. Look at me. Let me do this again. See that? Yeah. Bounty Hunter would be my all-top favorite. That was fabulous. Spy Hunter is very hard to learn. The vehicle's kind of slow to maneuver, but, you know, you get to drive and shoot. And you don't get much better than that since Twisted Metal. What's that little kids game? I like little kids games too because the graphic art is so amazing on them. Zapper. I thought that was fun. Kind of hard too, actually. Obi-Wan was a good game. I thought a nice game, although I thought the color needed to be a little brighter. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, great on all levels. I became addicted to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I just couldn't wait to get home. I was like, I am Buffy. I'm killing those demons. I have multiple PlayStations. I have 4 in all the different areas of my life. I have different places I live, and there's a PlayStation everywhere. There's a PlayStation in my home here. I have a home in Northern California. There's a PlayStation in my trailer, and then I've got one over at my brother's house, just when I go over there. Yeah.
How many games do you have?
40, 50. It's my favorite thing to go to Best Buy and just check out the new games, man. That's just like you know, the new DVD, that's a nice thing. But when the new game is out, that's a big deal. The only difference between acting on the set and doing the voiceover for the video game, is that in the video game, you just have to heighten it just a little bit. The way we do the acting on Buffy is very straight, very low-key, down-to-earth, very flat line readings, because that's where the humor can kind of bounce off of. And if we found that if we get too broad in the acting, it just devolves into parody.
Hey guys, if you're fans of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, check out this game, Chaos Bleeds. You will love it. If you're not a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, play the game. You will be.
When I first saw the script, I was knocked out by the fact that someone American could write so well for an Englishman. because usually, you know, we say silly things when Americans write for us, because that's the way English people talk. But Joss has got a real handle on how we English speak. And it was just, I mean, I loved the fact that there was so much humour, so much arch humour, and so much irony, and so much, don't know, kind of colour and warmth to the character. It was multi-dimensional. It wasn't just, I am your stock silly Englishman. And it also, as time has gone on, I love the fact that there's a dark side, which is great to play, because it just gives you a lot of scope. And I did for a long time play villains. I do definitely have a dark side, and it's something that I've worked on for a few years, trying to sort out my dark side. But it's more about I have anger issues. So does Charles. I guess there's, you know, I mean, as you grow older and you get sort of more about the craft and what acting is about, you actually get closer to yourself, and it's less about sort of putting on funny voices and funny clothes and pretending to be somebody else. It's more about exploring facets of yourself. Giles versus Ripper, who wins? I think they probably would just beat each other into a pulp, because they are one and the same person. There is no, you know, it's just like, I haven't seen it, but this, you know, the Nicolas Cage movie, is it adaptation? Whatever the fuck is it? You know, it's a no contest, because ultimately they both have the same intellect, they both have the same wits, they both have the same, you know, it's literally just one side of a person. It would just be a rather unfortunate puddle on the floor, I think. Some of the fan fiction is very saucy, and they do put me together with people that I wouldn't normally have put myself together with. For instance, no, I mean, you know, I can't know Giles and Willow. I mean, come on, please, not right. It's really not, you know. No, don't do that. Anyway, but no, in general, I mean, I have a great time at fan conventions, and I especially I love the question and answer sessions, just because I have good fun. Comic-Con is just scary by just the size of it, just the sheer dint of its size. And when we first, I don't think she was with us actually, but when we first did it, when Buffy did it, it was great. We did the question and answer session, and then they walked us down to the floor, and they surrounded us with this security force that was like the X-Men. It was like, what's going on? And in fact, if we just walked across the floor, as I've been a couple of times, and I just move around quite happily, and people recognise you. Occasionally, you know, if you do just need to keep an eye out, because if someone sees you and comes and asks you for your autograph, you've got to be able to do it quick and get out, because once it starts, there's no way out. And if you do happen to get backed into a corner, there ain't no way out, unless you got someone with a tunnel. Yeah, I mean, the difficult, but you know that thing of what, you know, I mean, I've done it a couple of times, not stalked anybody, but if I've seen somebody, you kind of do go a bit kind of, whoa. I mean, standing next to Elliot Gould in a shopping line. You can't, you know, and I've done it. I've gone up to people a couple of times and just said, I really like your work, you know. And when people do that, it's lovely. It's really nice. And the only time it was ever, I did sometimes when I'm at dinner with my family, and especially when I wasn't seeing them very often, and I would thought, you know, I'd have sort of like a few hours in New York or something that we were stopping through, or, you know, we'd met, and then someone comes up and says, excuse, I never do this, but, you know, and I hate to, and it's like, well, don't do it then. But the other one, the classic one, yes, this one actually, I can say, I had to do quite a lot of commuting on the train in England, and, you know, you fall asleep. And in my half sleep, I could hear this conversation going on. Go on, don't do it now. Go on, go on. I don't think he's going to like it. Do it, go on, what? And I sort of just opened my eyes, and there was this girl with one of these new cell phones that take pictures, and it was like there. And it's like, whoa, come on, don't do that. Don't, you know, don't go there.
I started out dancing and segued from dancing into acting because I liked being on stage, but I didn't actually like the discipline of the dancing. I just liked having people do this. I moved to Los Angeles when I was 14, and I didn't actually start on Buffy until I was like 22. So I've been working steadily for a number of years, and then, you know, I kind of walked into Buffy. I just auditioned for it and, you know, lucked into the part. I think the reason that Buffy is so popular is that really you're talking about a show that doesn't talk down to its audience. You know, it really does bring the audience into the show. It's about a young girl who, you know, kicks butt. You know, but it's not just about a young girl who kicks butt. It's about a young girl who's, you know, trying to find her way in this world, who is on her own, but yet, you know, has this family of friends, really, that help her. And we've been really lucky with our writers and our producers that they're just really intelligent people. And instead of it just being, you know, one level story, they take a one level story and add many dimensions to it, so that if you watch it, you can just see the blonde girl running around kicking vampire butt, or you can see the young girl who's, you know, dealing with, you know, her relationship with her mother and the relationship that she doesn't have with her father, and then dealing with this sister, you know, taking care of her sister, and then, you know, her romantic relationships. And then on top of that, you can look even deeper and see that we're dealing with mainstream issues too. And I think that is why it's such a good game, is that they really do care about the story in the same way that the writers on the show care about the story, and they care about the characters, and they understand that the people that are going to be playing this game are fans of the show, and that they want what they see on TV, and that's what they're giving them in this game. And I think they're, you know, really lucky to have such a nice group of people putting the game together for them, the fans. What's wonderful about conventions is that you get to meet the people that watch your show. You get to meet the people that basically allow you to make a living. Because without the people that watch the show, without the fans, then, you know, I would be just some Joe Blow working in a restaurant somewhere, bussing tables, probably, you know. So to meet everybody and to see the cross-section of different fans and see who is involved in the show, it's really amazing. As I've said in many different interviews, it's like a 6-year-old comes up and says, "I love you" on Buffy, and then a 75-year-old grandpa comes up and says, "I love you" on Buffy. So Buffy appeals to you know, many different generations of people. I mean, it has widespread appeal, I think, because it's just so interesting. It's so different. There's nothing else like it on television, except Angel, I guess. But it's just such a cool show, you know. And I think people appreciate having a show that doesn't talk down to them. I think that the fans are really going to enjoy the game, and like they enjoyed the first game, because it's well written. Chris and Tom have done something that I think is really, really smart. They have made the game just like an episode of the show. The quirky dialogue, the interesting relationships, the funny scenarios, the tongue-in-cheek self-referential humor, it's all there. So when you play the game, you feel like you are a part of, you know, Sunnydale.
I had said that I had lost a bet, my wife, for the game, but actually it was something I was just sitting in my trailer and I decided that I wanted to do them. So my wife took me to a person. So they were done professionally, but I just wanted to, you know, I wear open-toed shoes. I think it's unfair that women get to wear all the colorful stuff, you know. So I'm gonna take them off soon though, because I'm getting too many questions about them. I'm watching DVDs on it actively. But my wife got me the baseball game, so yeah, I'm just getting into that, and just the joystick. I haven't played since Atari, like the Barnstormer. You know, I was 9, I was 8. I'm 31 now, so that was a while ago. So I'm just kind of getting acclimated to my joystick, if you will. I had a really bad stutter and I didn't talk, and I had to go to therapy, and so when I was 18 or 19, I decided to challenge myself and take an acting class and kind of kick the stutter. I'm the spokesperson for the National Stuttering Foundation,
for the third year in a row, which is kind of a cool thing, and I'm helping out a lot of people, so that's nice. I would have gone, more with. I didn't see any bedrooms in this game, the whole Elijah thing. I mean, we talked about a couple things, but there weren't any interactive, sex scenes. I think that would have been just much more entertaining for male and female fans alike. I've got the whole Anyanka stuff. I mean, there was some hot stuff there going on. Cordy, we never really knew, but there was some closet stuff. There could have been some really good interactive stuff there. Whole different market. I mean, sure, you would have gotten a different rating, but come on, the kids are still getting them anyway, aren't they? M for mature means you're 2, you can have it. I give to you, go, leave. I don't make the rules. I just break them. He's just, he's just the guy that I think that makes everything kind of real. I mean, he's the one that has to see everything. I remember from doing the pilot episode and seeing the first vampire. It's a lot different now because I'm just, it's like second nature. I'm just got used to it. So I just think that he's everyone's best friend when they need a best friend, when they're not hanging around their particular best friends, or if they've gotten into a fight with a best friend. He's kind of like he's like the baseline. It's a lot of fun, and I like I like my lines and what I have to say on this show. I think this show is still a lot of quality going on, and it's hard to, if I were to go to like a different show, I mean, even like film scripts right now, they're not as tight as our scripts for the show. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth. And I just think that it's a great thing, and it's still quality. So why want to run from it? The writing is so solid, and I just think that it was a big cauldron of stuff, really. Joss hired the right actors, and I think everything with the style of it, the style of the way the show looked, with the writing, the way the actors performed, their particular parts and stuff. I just think that it all came together. It's one of those things that doesn't happen too often, and it's fun to be around. I just like talking about what I'm doing right now, and because things could happen and then things couldn't happen, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. Just want to kind of stay in the moment and be present in it and have a great time. I mean, this was a lot of hard work today. We got through it, and so now I'm going to leave, feeling accomplished and proud of myself. We did a great job.